All right, guys, we are officially live. And yes, we are a half hour early. And well, I'll explain that here in a second. But we are going to do our Monday mindset. But we're going to do it a little bit earlier today. If you're watching this on the replay, well, then there is no early for you because, well, you're just watching this kind of on demand. But what we're going to be doing here today is we're going to be doing our Monday mindset. And the thing that I wanted to really talk about today, and really the message that I want to convey, is really digging deeper. All right. And what I mean by that is, sometimes what happens is we start to go down the road of, the goal that we're chasing or the thing that we want to achieve. And what happens is we start hitting these roadblocks, or we start, feeling as though, man, this is harder than I thought, or, oh, life threw me a curveball. And what happens here is then we give up, or we stop and we come back to it later. And then we wonder why it didn't work. And what I really want to share with you guys is the whole message here about digging deeper to reach success, like digging deeper. And I mean, not that like, okay, this is all about like, how do you just push hard all the time? It's not about that at all. It's about mentally, how do we overcome these challenges? All right. So that's going to be the message today on our Monday mindset. So what I'm going to do is officially kick this off, and then we're going to get on with our morning, get on with our day. Again, if you are just tuning in, if you are watching this live, or if you're watching this later, I am about 30 minutes early. And the reason is because, well, my air conditioning unit went over the weekend, and I have a service tech coming at 10 o'clock. So I need to be there for that. So again, hey, life throws you a curveball. Had a great weekend. My daughter was at a beach volleyball tournament. My wife and I celebrated our 27th anniversary, and came home to the AC not working upstairs, and it's like 95 plus here this entire week. So yeah, there's a curveball. Got to deal with it. Is it going to be a $300 bill, or is it going to be a $6,000 bill? Don't know that yet. I'll find out that in a little while. I'm looking forward to hearing what that is going to be. So fingers crossed it's the $300 one. But if it's the $6, we're going to have to deal with it. Anyway, here we go. All right, guys, welcome to this Monday mindset. These are all about a really, really quick way that we can get you ready for the upcoming week. Right now, if you're watching this on a Monday, then this is going to kick off your week. If you're listening to this on a Wednesday, well, let this motivate you and inspire you for Wednesday through Sunday, and then come back here. And well, if you're listening to this on the podcast, come back to the podcast. Or if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching it, come back and tune in to our Monday mindset. So today, what we're going to be talking about is digging deeper to reach success. Now, the first time that I heard this digging deeper was with the program Insanity with Shaun T. And he was always saying during the most challenging parts of the workout, you want to give up. You're telling yourself, my body can't do this. There's no way. I feel like I'm going to literally die here. And the thing is our mind is telling us, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like you're hurting right now. You're in pain, or you're just exhausted. You should stop. You should rest. And what he always says is, you need to ride that line, but you need to push past that line in order to get the result. And a lot of times you'll surprise yourself. Now, what does this have to do with business? What does this have to do with you growing a brand? Because a lot of you are showing up because you want to grow a brand. But what you need to understand is there's going to be challenges in your building of a brand. There's going to be challenges with customers. There's going to be challenges with things that happen in your life that take your focus off your business for a minute because, well, you had a AC unit go bad. I literally had that happen this past weekend, and I'm going to be meeting with a technician here to tell me if it's a $300 bill or a $6,000 bill. So yeah, that happened over the weekend for me. So do I focus on that and go, oh my gosh, $6,000? Who wants to spend $6,000? I don't. But if I do, I do, and I'll have to move past it Now, years ago, if I didn't have $6,000 to put towards an air conditioning unit, I probably would have put it on a charge card, and I probably would have stressed out until I could pay that thing off. Moving forward, I'm fortunate I can afford that, but even if I couldn't, I would be like, you know what? I'm going to find that low interest or maybe a no interest for 12 months, and I'm going to put it on that credit card, and I'm going to spread that out over 12 months, and I'll just pay it that way. And then I wouldn't really stress about it anymore. But years ago, I didn't think that way. I just always dwelled on the negative, and then started to learn more about this whole mindset thing about how we have to focus on what we can control, right? And then moving past that. So anyway, let's move past the air conditioning unit, but I wanted to share that with you because that literally just happened to me, and that could derail a lot of people. Instead, I'm going to deal with it, but then I'm going to focus on everything that I'm always focusing on. And that is, I'm reaching out to my email list and helping them. I'm helping my Brand Creators Academy members, and I'm showing up here. I'm doing this. I'm doing the work that I should be doing to continually build the business, right? And the brand and my other brands, my niches that I'm building inside of the academy and all of those things. So what I want you to do here right now, okay, I want you to ask yourself this question, okay? How bad do you want the result, right? How bad do you want the result? And that result for you is going to be different for me maybe, or someone else that you know, okay? So you have to define what success is for you. Now, I don't think success needs to be like, okay, it's the entire thing. It's like, what's success this week? Like, let's look at it that way. What is success this week? If I go back to when I did Insanity, which is a 60-day program, and I looked at success, it wasn't completing the program necessarily. I mean, yes, that was the big goal. The small goal was finish the workout, and then tomorrow finish the next workout. Okay. But things happen, right? You get sick, or your kid gets sick, and you don't have as much time to work out, but you got to figure out a way to get through that. But what is success to you? Okay. What is success? What is the goal? And then what we need to do is we need to, no matter what happens, we need to dig a little deeper, and we need to push through. Okay. We need to dig a little deeper and push through. And that's how we'll get success. So for you, it might be, I want to be self-employed so I can watch my kids grow up. And I kind of pulled that out of my own head because that's what I was always striving for. And I still do that till this day. Okay. I literally was just at a volleyball tournament all weekend with my daughter, a beach volleyball tournament, had a blast. But I wasn't worrying about work. I wasn't worrying about finances. I wasn't worrying about any of that stuff because I've set up, things in my business and in my life that allows me to, and I also live below my means, by the way. That's another little tip for anyone out there. Don't live way, beyond your means. Like, always try to live under, and that way you don't have that stress. But I want to be self-employed so I can watch my kids grow up. Or maybe it's, I want to have flexibility in my life, whatever that is. You want to be able to say, you know what? And my wife just actually said this. She was like, there's a tournament in New Jersey in the middle of July. What do you think about going there? It's a big, after you get through the qualifiers, you qualify to be there. We've already qualified. We could go. It's 3 days, middle of the week. I'm like, yeah, we can go. There wasn't any thought about it because I haven't booked out that far, and I'm going to block everything out around that. Flexibility, right? Or maybe it's that you want to build something that is a legacy. Maybe there's a passion project that you're working on that will help people or help kids or whatever, right? Whatever that is, you need to get clear on that because that helps you dig deeper when you feel like giving up, okay? I'm also going to give you guys a quote from Eric Thomas, who I love, by the way. But let me give you another example here real quick, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to get on with our day, okay, and on with our week. Here's an example of my daughter, who's 13, by the way, okay? And her thing right now is, I want to be the best beach volleyball player I can be. Okay. Not as someone else necessarily, the best beach volleyball player that she can be. Now, her goal is to play, as of right now, she's 13, so she's got some time. Her goal is to play D1 beach volleyball at a good college. Okay. That's what her goal is right now as a 13-year-old. Okay. That can change, but that's what her goal is. So what does she need to do? She needs to show up at practice. She needs to put in the work, and she needs to dig deeper when it's hot out there and you're doing sprints in the sand and you feel like giving up. She's got to keep thinking, what am I doing this for? I want that, so I need to do this, even though some days hot, some days don't feel like doing it. Got to push through. Okay. You got to show up and you got to push through. So if right now you're listening to this and it is on a Monday and you're like, man, my week last week was crazy and I had to deal with so much stuff, or this happened in my life, or I had a flat tire. I had to get my brakes done. I wasn't expecting that bill. All of these things, let's push that to the side. Let's focus on this week. What can we do this week to go towards our goal? What that can, actually help with us to get to our goal. And that goal does not have to be the big goal. Remember that. Okay. But we need to sit down, get a little clarity. Okay. What are we doing this for? And then we need to dig a little deeper when we're not feeling like doing it. All right. So that's the message for today. Now, here's what Eric Thomas had said, one of his famous quotes, and I love this. Pain is temporary. Quitting lasts a lifetime. I want you to let that really sink in for you. Pain is temporary. Quitting lasts forever. And that's from Eric Thomas. And talk about getting motivated. That guy will whoop your butt and get you motivated, because there's no excuses in his book. We all have the same amount of opportunity. We all have, at times, different things in our life that happen, and it's going to happen. We understand that. But what we need to do is we need to dig deeper when we have those things arise, and we have to say, I need to do this because I want the result. Pain is temporary. Quitting lasts a lifetime. Let that one sit with you for the day. And hey, get out there, make it happen. This is your Monday mindset. If you're listening to this on a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday or the weekend, doesn't matter. Let this be today's mindset. All right. And let's get out there and really get focused on what we want. Show up consistently and keep pushing, keep digging deeper. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Take care, take action as always, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.